PS Crypto, hello everyone. It's been a while since I've been back on the desktop version. I'm not even sure if I'm using it right. So I want to go through all my videos, well, virtually most or some of my predictions, let's say, from the past year. Um, and I want to show you how accurate I've been on this channel, really since April 10th, 2021. Yeah. So, starting with this video here, I talk about a video reaching
If we look at the Bitcoin graph,
so in this video, I talk about Bitcoin reaching the 64,000 as an all-time high and breaking down from there. I'll just cut it short, and I show that this is a rising wedge and it's gonna go down. So in the next video, I talk about, or actually later on in this video, I talk about Bitcoin reaching $50,000. Here it does reach that level, and I talk about Bitcoin bouncing from this level in this video, and later on I talk about Bitcoin trading within this channel, and a bounce is coming. $37,000 was indeed next, but then I talk about it still continuing its trajectory downwards in this video, rejecting coming soon, and indeed that did happen. Later on, I talk about bipolarity of Bitcoin, and I talk about this being a rare pattern and signaling price growth. Indeed, it went sideways, but ultimately, I mentioned that our targets, that our bottom is still not met, and I gave a scenario for 30 and sub $30,000. Here, I talk about Bitcoin going down.
is a bearish scenario. And that scenario, bullish scenario, to be honest, I usually hide. It's
Let's
just too weak, and it's looking pretty bearish. Okay,
Okay.
I have no bullish scenario.
So here I say I have no bullish scenario. It's going down, and indeed it does go down to about $28,000. Later on, I talk about Bitcoin finally doing something. Shocking change of heart. I talk about buying Bitcoin finally. I talk about Bitcoin reaching new all-time highs during the year. I turned bearish here. This is what we were in the last video before it. We did hit $28,000, and I then talk about Bitcoin finally breaking out. I was talking about Bitcoin breaking out throughout all this, but it finally, and it ultimately, you know the story behind that. And Bitcoin did reach $50,000. We did mention that in a few videos before it. But then I talk about a bad September. I talk about the target being $53,000 before we break down. And let's see, you can. There's proof.
Trigger for the dump. That's right. The trigger between $55,000 target.
So between $55,000, that would be the trigger for the dump. And if you want proof, there it is. This was here, right here. It was $53,000, and that was the trigger for the dump. Now back to this. And after we did dump and go through that dump right here, I talked about reaching all-time highs because of this inverse head and shoulders
Up right here before we break up some more, and that will confirm an even great. What comes after? Oh, November.
November, yeah. So here we did have a great November. We reached $65,000. Ultimately, we reached $69,000. But what did I say about that? I said this is a fake out.
It's a classic fake out. I have nothing more to say. Looking at the other time frames, I still see a confirmation of a 55 or.
So I was talking about this as being a fake out. I was not a believer in this going any higher. Actually, there were a couple of a few videos I talked about the all-time high being $75,000, and that's based on the video I made months before this. That was a video that I made when the price was 30. When we dropped from the $64,000 to the $30,000, I talked about Bitcoin going to 75,000 before the end of the year. We reached 69,000. And actually, my math was $72,000, but I rounded it off to 75,000. Ultimately, we only reached $69,000, and that was based on the comparison with the gold chart history. And there was a video on here somewhere to show you how I came up with that number. Ultimately, $69,000 was what we reached. in this pump right here, but then I said this is showing some very weak, very much a lot of weakness, and it was gonna take us back down. And you know the story behind that. It did take us back down. No, that's just Data Dash telling you in 2018 that we're gonna go to $50,000. That's not relevant for this video. But yeah, anyways, these big YouTubers, they have great editing and great, you know, they talk well and stuff. But you know, if you follow the herd, if you follow what everybody's saying, usually the opposite is gonna happen. I'm not sure what why that is like that, but you know that's just the way it is. Any information that is free and very much available, usually there's no benefit from it. When you become popular, someday I start to have 500,000 YouTubers, then everything I say is probably going to be wrong because my information becomes generic and it just becomes the expected, and usually the unexpected happens in crypto. Anyways, where we are right now. So what are anyways, the about January 26th, I gave a buy signal for Bitcoin, and that's when we went up to about 40 something thousand dollars. And I said in this video, the next few weeks we're gonna have a lot of bumps. We're gonna have up and down. This is where the traders make their living.
Money, buy and sell off 5 and 10% gains. This is where the traders make their money.
And the reason why I said that is because I said there's going to be a lot of turbulence here in this area. We're going to be going sideways for a while, and indeed we went sideways for 15 weeks so far. Anyways, follow my videos up to this point. We've been pretty accurate, I think so, and I showed you good proof. Follow my videos. We have a lot of, by we I mean me. I have a lot of special videos that I want to reamp this channel. Hopefully, if I get more subscribers. By the way, subscribers been stuck on 402 for some reason for like 3-4 months. I don't know why. But you know. Anyways, follow me and let's see what happens within the next month. I'll update you accordingly. Alright. That was awkward. Now, how do I stop this?